Hi, I'm Troy with Wines, Pines, and Canines. We've owned this camper for a couple years now. We've had a lot of fun, but throughout that time, Linda and I have always been curious. What's going on behind some of these panels? Is there places in the camper that we could open up and retrofit to create more storage? Today's the day. Come along with us. Let's see if we don't see something.
And I'm Linda. Now, as Troy mentioned, we are on the hunt today to see what's behind some of these panels in this camper and just to look for some additional storage options. So we've identified 5 areas that we're going to go through today. Now, all of these things really just involve taking a drill and looking behind some things. So we're not going to destroy anything. So we have the GeoPro 19 FBS. But even if you don't have this camper, maybe you have another Rockwood or Flagstaff model, or maybe a different manufacturer altogether. We're hoping some of the things that we're showing you here today encourages you to look behind some of your panels in your camper. This is the first spot, this drawer underneath the bed. When we looked at it a few months ago, we noticed there was actually a lot of room behind this drawer to where the panel is in the storage place. So what we had done was built a little wooden area onto the back of this drawer to access this. So we're going to pull this drawer out and show you some of the changes that we made. Okay, so here is the drawer pulled out. Now this is normally an empty drawer, and we actually built this little thing that just kind of slides in and out, and that's just to divide up and get a little bit more usable space. And then this brown part is the box that we built on the end. Now I'm going to put the measurements down, but again, this was for our camper, and I don't believe these campers are exact, so I would always want to measure. But I also think this is maybe a little bit too heavy. The reason is these guides are screwed into this side frame, and this really isn't solid wood. So we're a little worried that it may just be too much stress on this. We're going to put some blocking in here as well to screw into. And you can see this back here, we replaced what was here, and I'm going to show you a picture of when we did it this past summer, and put down more substantial 2x4s. It just was not holding up very well. But you can see behind here, the old drawer came to about the end of this 2x4, and so this spot back here is the extra space that we have for the extension on the drawer. But we're going to take it home, as I said, and try something a little bit different. Okay, this is spot number 2. Now we do know there's a little bit of room behind here because others have pulled this panel out. However, every one of these campers, I truly believe, are a little bit different. So we're going to see how much more room we can get under this little cabinet. As you can see in here, it's kind of an angled little spot, and I usually keep my cleaning supplies in here, a vacuum and a collapsible broom. On one end here, there's about 8 inches, and on the other end is about 6 inches. So Troy's going to go ahead and remove this little wooden piece with the screws.
All right, so it looks like we do have some storage back here. We've got a couple things that are going to mess us up, though. We've got some flex duct. I got some PEX water lines and 1 or 2 electrical cables. So looks like we are going to be able to fabricate something, and we'll put that in a future video. Linda just saw all this dirt down here, so I'm fairly certain she's going to get the vacuum.
We are now in the bathroom, and we're going to look under this cabinet. Now, we're not expecting to find a whole lot of storage space under here, but we are curious what is behind this panel right here. Okay, so here is what is behind that panel in the bathroom. Now, as you can see, there's just a ton of wires and plumbing, so we're really not going to gain any space in here. You can see right here is where the old panel screwed in, so there's really nowhere to go. But taking this out every once in a while and just kind of keeping an eye on in here, making sure that there's no water leaks or indication, is not a bad thing.
So number 4, We want to pull these speaker covers off, and I want to see what's behind here. There should be quite a bit of space potentially, but we'll see in just a few minutes.
This is behind the speakers. Really, I don't know how usable it's going to be. At least I now know. But there's no bottom here, so you can see it goes straight down. We're really hoping there may have been a little like shelf in here that we could access the storage from this side panel right here, which backs up to the bed, but don't think that's going to be the case. However, if anybody ever needs to get to their speakers or to the radio, looks like it'll be fairly easy to do. Okay, so we are on to our fifth spot that we're going to be looking behind a panel, and that is right here. Now, we've already taken, behind one of these hooks, we've drilled a small hole, and we used a boroscope camera. So can we move the wires around and hopefully maybe get some spots in there to put some storage? And I have some ideas, I just don't know if it's going to work. So what Troy's going to do is score the edges along this panel with a razor knife, and then we're gonna try to pop this free, like so many of these panels in this camper are put in here with staples, so we're hoping it just pops right out. So the panel is stuck in there a little bit better than we would have thought for an RV. So before we get crazy and break that, we're gonna go ahead and take this microwave out and look in around it.
All right, well, that was a little awkward. It can be done though. I'd recommend a second person. In just a few minutes, Linda's going to show you what's going on behind this panel.
Here, it's hard to see, but this little piece of wood right here is holding that panel in, so there's no popping it out. It would be take it out completely, and I'm not sure I'm that dedicated. So this is what's in here. You can see there's wires going down. So there is a lot of space in here. It is a shame. Well, that was disappointing. I actually had some plans for this space, and while I think we probably could do some things, I'm not sure that we want to go there just yet. Now, I have seen on Facebook somebody did open this up, and they are using the space. I believe they have a table or something in here, but what we can't tell is how finished it looks inside. And so anything that we're doing to this camper, we're trying to make it look like it either came from the manufacturer like that, or that it is at least semi-professionally done. And we're not sure we can do that with this space. So other things that we've done, like upgrading this sink, well, that first sink was horrible, so we feel that that was a definite upgrade. And things like the couch, which we had done in an earlier video, a few screws out, and that couch can go right back to normal for the next owner. So that's kind of the rules that we are trying to follow. So I haven't given up on this space, but at the moment I'm going to drop back and we're going to look at doing some storage in some other areas.
All right, so I guess 2 out of 5 ain't bad.
Well, I was hoping for 5 out of 5, but I think at the moment, the 2, we're going to focus on, modifying this drawer, and I'm going to show you that in just a few minutes. And then under the stove, we're going to be doing something with that in an upcoming video. And I have a few other ideas of making better use of some of the available storage in this camper, so we'll tie that into that same video. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't seen our couch modification video, we do have extra storage under this couch, so we show you that in there. But yeah, I was really a little disappointed with that spot beside the fridge.
Right. I mean, removing the panel, that's not a big deal. But to do it, I'd have to destroy it. And then I'd have to, inevitably, I'd have to find some paneling with the same type of vinyl covering on it. Probably have to special order it from the manufacturer. It probably cost me $75 in shipping to get that 16th inch super inexpensive Luan plywood, and I don't know that I want to go through all that.
Yeah, so we're gonna kind of drop back on that. Now, if any of you are adventurous and take on this project, we'd love to see the pictures in the comments. So in the meantime, if you would like to see what we do with the storage that is available in the camper, please
like and subscribe.
And remember, Desi always wants you to hit that notification bell. We're going to go ahead and remove this wooden box off the back. We're going to keep it because in the future, if we go ahead and beef up the corners of that face frame, I might go ahead and put it back on. But in the meantime, what I've gotten is a plastic quite as big, but it weighs almost nothing, and I think it's actually still going to give us a pretty good amount of storage on the back of this box, and it's something easy. If you have a Container Store or an Amazon near you, you should be able to get something similar. We've put some like the bottom of a chair leg scratch protector in here just to kind of act as a bushing, because obviously it is going to be moving as it goes down the road. And then Troy's going to screw through that, put a washer between the screw and the plastic container, and put this on. It is on. Now it obviously doesn't go across the full length. I just couldn't find one, but this one I wanted something deep, and this was the deepest that I could find that would fit within the 8 inches of extra space that I have behind it. So I believe this one's like 14 by like 7.5 and then 8 inches tall, so will give me some extra room, and it's super light.